now. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Oh, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Everybody, I am here. Nobody round yet. Hey, Starbuck Jeff, how you doing? How you doing today? What's up, Josh? Hey, AB. Doing pretty good. Y'all will notice by the topic, everybody that knew Northwood Coin Hunters, Tom Sheldon, they were actually able to start finally able to do his funeral. Because of the COVID, they have not been able to do it, but now they're finally able to do the funeral. So we are going to be part of it today. What's up, Juanito? Hey, David. What's up, Justin? Got my package today, Juanito. Thank you. Buttons. I'm just actually waiting for Ashley to send me the link to where we can patch. The funeral's actually in 30 minutes, but they're getting it all set up and all like that. I'm just waiting for her she's gonna post it live to where we can all attend Tom's funeral. So that's what we're doing here today. Is a day to give respects finally. Yep, sure do, Juan. Actually, they're right here. I ain't had a chance to pull my thing out to put them into my case. I didn't want to pull anything out while the maid was here. I didn't want her to see us having anything here. Sorry to hear that, AB. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the link so I can patch us through. So
maybe you can watch it back later.
Yeah, you'll be able to watch it back later, AB. Hey, Fox Run. Hey, Fox, did you get that little problem taken care of yet?
Yeah, I know you're doing it. Well, you know how PayPal is.
Yeah. Sure enough, do. Do, 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 do. Yeah, so we're just waiting. Also, while we're waiting, hold on a second, y'all. All righty, there we are. Hey, Wheatback. Hey, pizza. Much what? Tom passed away a couple months ago, dude. But hey, much what? It's a weedy. All right, Ashley. Yeah, Mud. VC Coins made me this shirt. VC Coins Nevada made this shirt for me and sent it to me. Hey, Nicolette. Much what? I've actually got these on my Teespring. You can go to my Teespring and order one. Oh wow, we're going to have a good room for this. Good. Long time no see, Nicolette. It's like John's trying to cut the yard, but it sounds like he's having problems with the lawnmower. Yeah, Ashley is going to bring the funeral. Like I said, Tom passed away just at the beginning of this COVID, and once they closed everything down, they weren't able to have the funeral. And this is her way. Since we all couldn't be there, none of us could travel to Wisconsin, so she's doing it here. She brought it to us so we could all be there. Since Tom was family, I'm gonna try to keep it together today. There we go. That's cool, Nicolette. Believe me, we have to. Yeah, it's what she wanted to do, and I'm sure Tom would have wanted us all there also. Uh, thank you, Nicolette. I probably will break down it eventually. Heavy Metal, how you doing, brother? Long time no see. Oh, thank you, Heavy. How's that baby doing, Heavy? That baby's got to be getting big by now. Running amok. Much what? Yep, it's a weedy. Yeah, Tom did have a great voice. $13 months old. Yeah, hardest job. Yeah, it is a hard job, Heavy. Yeah. Yeah, Justin, Heavy Metal's got a little 13-month old. So he's learning that. I knew he had to be around a year old by now. Oh, you got a state curfew, Nicolette? Wow. Luckily, we don't have a curfew. Yeah, Ashley's just trying to get the other computer up that's going to be doing the recording so we can put it on here. That's cool. Heavy. If she's a little ham like you, I bet she is a handful. Wow, Nicolette. 7 p.m. in the city, 8 p.m. outside the city. Ooh. Heavy, just teach her to have a respect for all types of good old fashioned music, which I'm sure you will. Yeah, Ashley did say when I talked to her on the phone when she called to remind me of this, that he looks very peaceful now, and we might be able. The camera might be situated to where we'll be able to see him. Also, we'll be able to hear the preacher and everything. So. Still strange not seeing him on my panels because every time I did a panel, he was always up there on the panel with me. Y'all know 2 months ago I did the memorial for him when he passed away, and we had his picture up there, and I kept waiting for him to say something, even though it was just a picture. So, how much longer, Ashley? All righty, Heavy. You take care, brother. Thanks for stopping by. All right, they're just working on getting the camera set up on the laptop right now. They'll be done in just a minute, hopefully. Mudspot just had an apple. All right, Josh P. Thank you. Uh, I hate days like this. I have no words or, y'all know me. I talk too much, but something like this, I have a hard time talking. I don't deal with this stuff too well. Yeah, Mama T sugar's back up again. It's not a good thing. Her sugar's been up over 200 again. It was good for the longest, but all the cough drops. Maybe I need to get you some of the flavored teas with some honey. Maybe you'll like one of them, like the chamomile or English blend or something like that. So anyway, me and Mama T's got another idea. After all this is over, I'll bring it up. But we're going to be doing a giveaway on Monday. A big giveaway. Black tea lemonade. Ooh. Haven't tried black tea lemonade. That sounds good. But the thing is, I like sweet tea. I'm an old-fashioned tea drinker. So I don't think there should be any other flavor than the tea flavor.
I told you started too early. You went from 19 to 13.
I know, but people be no, I ain't giving away a Lamborghini mud swat, but I am giving away something that looks a little like this. Tea with peppermint oil. Okay. Well, I'm going to go to the store probably tomorrow.
No way. I don't like tea, and I don't like peppermint. Yuck.
Okay. Well, we're thinking of different things. I know you don't like regular tea, but you haven't tried other types of the.
I know, but I don't like tea, and I don't like peppermint. But maybe that raspberry stuff might be okay.
Yeah. She says it almost tastes like coffee with lemon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that I could handle.
She said she could handle that, Nicolette. Who makes the black tea lemonade?
I like coffee, so yeah, that might work.
Hey, Yankee. Yeah, Mama T likes coffee, so it tastes like coffee.
Yeah, this is making me crazy because I can hardly talk now. I mean, my voice is so messed up. And when I can't do videos, there's something wrong.
Starbucks makes it. Well, we ain't got no Starbucks near us, though, Nicolette.
Damn it.
Can we buy it in a regular store? What's up, Justin? Yeah, I know. She said she almost had it done a while ago, and then I get in here, she doesn't have it done.
We're just waiting.
One. Add brew black tea and add lemonade. I guess black tea has more of a coffee taste than it does a tea taste.
The lemonade is sugar, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what's that gonna do for me?
It's the tea that's going to help you, the black tea that's going to help you. The lemonade's what gives it the taste.
I know that, but at the same time, that's not helping my sugar.
No, we were talking about helping your throat.
Yeah. Oh no. There's gotta be a hot tea out there somewhere that don't taste like tea.
She said a light lemonade for you because of the sugar. Get a light lemonade. Maybe like one of them Crystal Light packets.
I mean, I don't normally have sugar, but I think it's all these
The cough drops.
The cough syrup, the cough drops, all that
Yeah.
has brought my sugar up.
Well, they will. Do. All righty, y'all.
Sorry, I'm not talking that much. It hurts to yell across the room to his mic.
She drinks a lot of water, Nicolette. She drinks a lot of water.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you caught a neighbor still in the package today?
Oh.
Did you knock him out, Yankee?
Oh, get him, Yankee.
Did you knock his butt out?
I'd have fucked him up.
Well, Starbucks, Jeff, we don't have a Starbucks near us.
But they have sugar-free cough drops, does it?
Sugar-free cough. I'll have to check that next time I go to the store. Sugar-free cough drops.
I didn't know they had those.
I've seen them in the halls, but you don't care for the halls too much.
Well, I don't really care. I mean, whatever. At this point, I go back and forth.
All right, David.
Yeah. See,
Hey, Jonathan.
That's smart, Yankee. We got one.
We got one too.
You gotta have one these days. People are dicks.
See, Yankee, I watch my front porch all the time.
Hi, Jonathan.
Let me find how much longer.
I told you started too early.
Baby, stop it. Jesus.
Yeah, Justin, I thought it was over for me. I thought I was back to normal till this last couple weeks when I've been taking all this NyQuil and the cough drops and stuff, and my sugar it spiked a little bit last few days. I thought I was over this crap. They made me start taking the metformin again.
Yeah, Mama T had to start taking the metformin again because her sugar being up. But at least it's not, she ain't taking the insulin shots. So she's happy about that.
For right now.
Yeah, but at least we're stockpiled in there with it, so.
I'm telling you, I can't take this crap. I don't like it. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I feel so crappy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was over this crap. I don't want it. And no sugar.
Well, we're gonna have to cut back on the sugar stuff in the house.
Oh yeah. Tell them what I did last week. That probably has a lot to do with it too.
What? Oh, get this. Thank you, Redneck. Red, you remember Northwood Coin Hunters Tom Sheldon? This is his funeral. I mean, we did the memorial a couple months ago, but COVID hit and they weren't able to bury him. So they're finally able to do this funeral today. Last week, y'all, Mama T, if you don't know what probiotics are, probiotics is like a vitamin that helps keep you regulated. It's a dietary supplement.
You take in the morning.
You take in the morning. I bought Mama T a big bottle of probiotic gummies. Guess what Mama T did? Mama T proceeded over a couple days of eating the whole bottle.
Show them what they look like. They're good looking. They was looking yummy, sitting there on my table.
She said about 5 more minutes.
It's these probiotics.
You want mint?
Is that what that is, mint?
All that stuff growing from their garden into your lawn?
This is what they look like. Gummies.
Gummy bears.
And they're covered in sugar.
Hell yeah, they tasted so good. They were just sitting there, so I had
For
to
2 days.
Your garage is going to turn camouflage.
I ate the
Why?
whole bottle.
All the grass blowing up against it.
Oh.
Let's just say I was shitting for fucking 3 days.
Yep. She stayed on the toilet every couple minutes, in and out of the bathroom, in and out of the bathroom. And then I asked her, I said, what did you do? I said, what's wrong with you? That's when she proceeds to tell me she ate the whole bottle of probiotics.
I know.
The whole bottle.
It was so good. They tasted so good.
Of course they did.
Oh, Justin, I know one day she crapped at least 6 to 8 times.
Oh my god. It was so bad.
Want you try one of these?
I thought I was going to
Want
die.
you try one of those?
What is it?
Sweet coffee.
Oh, she might.
But yeah, that's
Her
probably,
blue thing should be in there somewhere.
my sugar's up too.
She likes
What-
4 of the things, the stevias.
Yeah.
4 of those with just a splash of the milk, the creamer.
Who brings their wife a bottle of sugar probiotic gummies? When it was the regular probiotics, I only took 1 a day. Then he brings me home these nice looking gummies. I'm going to eat them. Of course I'm going to eat them.
She only took orders.
They tasted good.
That's all right. I would have done the same thing.
Yes, Mud. I eat my veggies. Big T, not so much.
I got salad in there I've been eating. I've started eating my greens. I started eating salads. So you just hush there. I have started.
Yeah, but I take probiotics every morning. So I haven't taken any for a few days because I was shitting too much.
And I haven't gave her the bottle. I'll just have to give her 1 each day.
Yeah, he needs to keep them away from me.
I gave them to her because the doctor prescribed her probiotics.
Right, but they were sitting on my table here looking at me. They said, eat me.
Hey, Redneck, I got some. I got some of the ones you're talking about.
Yeah, right. I got some of them in the freezer, in the fridge. Yep. I got a guy. Actually, my doctor said I could. So.
Hey, Ashley.
Hey, we got to do it on the phone because the computer's just not working.
Okay.
So.
Hi, Ashley.
Is there any way you can take us up there so we can see him?
Yep. Mom. Oh, buddy, watch out. Big T wants to.
All right, y'all.
Wait. Where's my phone being? Goofy, hold on. Sorry.
Oh my God, she's got that wood cross in there.
Yeah.
From Terry. Oh. He looks really peaceful, Ashley.
Yeah, he does.
If you look, I put his. Where's it at? Can't find it. In his hand.
Is it a weenie?
That's the Indian head penny we found.
Oh, okay. It's an Indian head that they
That's
found.
okay.
Oh.
We just gotta find a spot to. Robin, where should we put this? Yeah, they want to be able to see the future and stuff. See if you can like put it right in there.
I'll take it around.
No.
All right.
Bear with us, guys. Nobody touch it.
You're not gonna
Got his interesting stuff.
Okay, so we're he's
Copy the CBD.
I was gonna say they might be looking at you, Ash.
Right. Oh, right there, right there, right there.
There's one chairs back there. It's got, I got 4 packs
It's not like you can stay by us or you can wherever you want to go, Mom. Heather, come over here.
It doesn't give you a high.
Yeah, he looks good.
Grab a chair, sit up here with Melanie.
He looks good and peaceful.
Because she's in a dress.
You're not the only one, Justin.
Get a chair.
When we come to the end of life, which is something all of us try to avoid, but we can't. It happens to all of us. It's a time when it's appointed for everybody. It's not something any of us can avoid, but we don't know when, but it will come. When that time comes, we go through a period of mourning, which mourning really is a measure of love. If you have no feelings for someone, you don't really care whether they've passed or not. When someone you love has passed, it causes you pain. Not for the person, not for Tom today, of course, but for us, for ourselves. But one thing we're left with that no one can ever take from us is memory. It's one thing that we take with us that connects us to the past. If you've ever known someone who has a loss of memory through dementia, you know the emptiness that you see in them when they have no memory, because they have no connection to anybody. They're isolated, they're alone. But memory is what connects us. And it's memory that gives us encouragement. It helps us to keep that person with us, but it also brings us comfort. When we are feeling the sadness and the emptiness of their passing, we can go back through our memory and pick out things that make us laugh, make us smile, make us cry, whatever. And is the one thing to me that's important for us as family is that we share memory. A memory that's not shared is called a secret. And there really is no sense in having secrets. So we share our memories. They are what they are. Tom's life, his decisions in life are over. He's made all of his decisions. They're all done. He now stands in front of the one who created him to account for a life. But he doesn't have to make any more decisions. The rest, now we all have decisions to make, obviously. How we're going to live our life, what we're going to do, how we're going to conduct ourselves. But memory is one of those things that keeps us connected with those who passed and those who are still with us. So as part of remembering Tom today, or by anybody that wants to to stand up or sit down or come up front, or I don't care, go outside and speak through a window if you want, I don't care how. Just to share what memories to you are important, things that you would like remembered about Tom. Whatever they might be. Your favorite ones, the silliest one, I don't know. But what sticks out in your mind when you think of him? That would be something that you'd like everybody else to share with you. So don't be bashful. I know I've heard you talking about you're not bashful about talking. So what would you like to share? What kind of memories are there that you would like to share with all of us?
My uncle Tom was a lot of people know was really big into karaoke, so we were staying at there when I came out. The night, the quarter that I was here when there was he did my senior photo with me, and I was engaged, and he did those photos. So. And
Good.
I remember him making wreaths for Christmas. And he and Ashley. So, as a family, and he sung that song so good. It was my favorite song. And I could do it. I was singing it in all his voice. And now, at least now, he can be singing with me. Do you remember when I was a little girl, I used to come up and visit grandma and grandpa and Tom was. We always be upstairs playing the guitar and singing. Oh, no, it's not just kidding. Him and my brother Jeff, they got in trouble. Coming for lunch, and my brother and Uncle Tom threw rocks at him behind. There we go.
So, first of all, I want to thank everybody here for coming and, giving him the proper send off. It's no secret with all the stories that you guys have shared that my dad was a great guy. He is the best guy that you could have ever met in your life. You break down on the side of the road, you have no gas, you're 100 miles away from a gas station, he's going to that gas station and he's gonna bring you back some gas. You know, like that was just the kind of guy he was. You know, he loved to sing, and I'm sure almost anybody here has heard him sing at least one thing, whether it be just walking down the street, jingling a tune or whatever. You guys have heard him at some point. Like that was his passion. That was what he loved to do. And he instilled that into me. That was one thing that we bonded on, that we grew on together. And I wouldn't trade anything with my father for anything in the world. So I really want to thank you guys for coming by and, you know, paying respects and giving a good man a good thing. You know, this is awesome to see all the faces here. And, you know, as he always joked around that nobody's ever going to show up at my funeral. Well, we can run. You know, y'all are here. You made it. You found the place. But I didn't really prepare per se. But I did pick out a few songs, and the first one that I want to play for you guys for him today is a song that him and I'm sure you guys have probably seen the videos. 3 Wooden Crosses by Randy Travis is one of our favorite songs to sing together ever. And I've got his recording of that song today, and I would like to play that for you guys. So I'll get a little down. Marty, throw down. And as we're listening to these two, some of the things I'd like to ask everybody is just to think about the good times, you know? Just remember my dad for who he was, the singer, the nice guy, the caring, gentle person he was. He really did leave a lot behind, and this song speaks to his story. Everybody here is a testament to what he left behind. He's left something for every one of us here, whether it be just a place to lay your head for the night, food in your belly, just stories. You know, like Aaron brought his friends here today. They didn't know him, but they wanted to come and pay their respects because that was Gary's grandfather, and that's awesome. Thank you guys. I think with that particular song, we can we can all agree that he was the one who left those stories behind for all of us and taught us all a little something. One of the lines in that song that always gets to me is the faith and love for growing things in his young son's heart. Like, we worked on a farm together. That's where we spent a lot of our time. You know, even when we weren't living there, that was where almost all of our time was spent together. Did I hate it? Yeah, as a kid, hated working on a farm. Like, too much stuff to do, too much stink, you know, like way too much, too hot, you know. Like, it's just, this is terrible when you're a kid. You want to be out playing Nerf guns with your neighbors or whatever the heck it is all the kids do. But, you know, looking back in an adult point of view, there's nothing I would change about that experience. All the different stories of us kids all stepping in cow poo, and, you know, like, it's that stuff that we're all gonna remember, you know. It's my dad, we had some arguments and stuff on that farm, and one of the guys that worked with us, one of the things I always remember is just said some very nasty, rude, hateful things to me as a kid, you know, like, for probably around the same age as most of the kids are here. I was so upset, I crawled underneath a trailer at an auction with hundreds of people there, just started crying. My dad tore him a new one. My dad was the first one to stand up for anybody, especially his kids. Like, you heard the whole, like, Mama Bear, you wouldn't mess with nothing until you mess with Papa Bear. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was the guy who, you needed somebody, you call him 4 or 5 o'clock in the middle of the night, he's there. You know, and that's awesome. The next song, my cousin Melinda actually sent to me shortly after my dad had passed away, and it really got to me because that was the relationship that I had with him. You know, he was the other half of the person that I am, who taught me everything that I know, and I want to share that one with you guys today. And I'm sure all of us have kind of experienced this at some point of our life or another, whether it be through legitimate parent figure, you know, like your mom, your dad, or your grandparents that you were raised by your grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends. They've instilled this kind of value into you, and this is how you feel about them. And I want to play that one. I think this song is a valuable message to everybody. Even though somebody's leaving, they're never really gone. You're going to carry them with you forever. rings true to everybody here. You know, I'm sure that everybody has that one person in life that no matter what, they've always told you, I'm gonna be right there. You know, that's my dad. You know, ever since everything happened, he's been gone. It's weird. I'll leave the house to go to work or something, and just he pops into mind. Just some random little thing that just triggers some different memory or something, and that's like the important thing to remember. You know, is don't be. And I know everybody's, trust me, sadness is like, if I could tell you, like, you could see the sadness that I feel, you'd be like, I'm staying away from that again. But I guess try our best not to be sad that he's gone, but be happy that we as people had a chance to get to know this man and be with him, spend that time with him. Because I don't know about any of y'all, but I wouldn't trade a single day I had, even when him and I got into just some knockdown drag amounts, like, come here, old man, let's go. And I got knocked flat on the ground just to, you know, I wouldn't change that for anything. Because it taught me, pardon me, but don't be a smart ass. Treat people with respect. Did not stick, you are right. But he taught me just general kindness, and I'm sure that he's left that with everyone who was here today. And you know, I'm sure at some point everybody's seen somebody struggling for something, and whether you just hold the door open for somebody or just some kind of act of kindness, where it's a guy at the grocery store is a quarter short, you got a quarter in your pocket, you throw him at me, don't worry about it. Like, that's what he left here for us, is to take that, what he worked so hard to be, to take that with us every day. Remember that. Keep that with us. And if we as people can do that, he's never really gone. This next one, this is the last one. I know you guys have sat through a lot, so this is a very special, very, very important one to me. I took my dad's passing really hard. And so after all is said and done, I took to what I knew best and what he taught me, and that was music. That was the one thing we always bonded on. We've always talked for years about making our own YouTube show or something, like doing stuff like that together. And this particular song, after he left, and actually even before anything happened, when he was in surgery, and I was terrified at the thought of losing him. He was still here even. I wrote down this essentially like a goodbye letter to God about him, just begging for him to survive. And then, you know, when we lost him, it was really hard. And I took and I completed that, put a lot into it. And this is a song I wrote for my dad. I hope you guys like it, that it sticks with you, and you know, you can. I can't think of the right word, but you know, speechless. So before I step down and such, I do want to say a couple more last things. As many of you guys probably don't, like little Helix said, that him and my dad used to go metal detecting all the time, and that was super cool that he could do that with kids and just find time to do something for himself and really do that kind of thing. And he, over the last year or so, got in with a really good group of guys. And he was almost every single night. Like you go over to my parents' house and be like, "Where's Dad?" "Oh, he's in the bedroom. He's doing his coin live streams and stuff." And those guys put on a really nice charity auction that helped us pay for a lot of these expenses. So I want to say thank you to them. I know they've got the stream set up here. I want to say hi and thank you guys for doing that. It was a great help and it did a lot. So thank you guys. A couple other guys I want to thank is I don't know where they are. Timmy and Danny. They put hours into this casket here, and they did a phenomenal job putting that thing together. They put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. There's no better way to say it. It turned out great. So thank you guys. You did awesome. We really appreciate it. But thank you guys again for coming.
Thanks. Anybody else have anything they'd like to share with
Last thing, gave my dad his first broken bone. We were like karate kidding in the kitchen and just screwing around, and I kicked him. He put his hand out, and I broke his finger. It was his middle one, so he would go around everywhere doing this, and he's like, "Everybody's gonna think I'm flipping him off, but really, my son just broke my finger." So there was that. My mom used to remind me of that kind of little gem.
My dad shot his middle finger off when he was a boy. And so when in the wintertime, when he wore gloves, he would close his hand around the steering wheel, his middle finger stuck. And tape that down. He goes, "Why?" Anything else you'd like to share? It's important as friends and family, wherever you go. And in the next, I'm sure you've been doing it the last couple of months, but as you go and things come to your mind, that's the appropriate time to speak to them. If you're thinking of somebody, they just come to your mind, that's time to call them. I guess that's old. I guess now you're supposed to text them or something, but I don't know. I'm not a technology guy, so when I think of somebody, I get in the car and drive over to their house. I don't even like using the telephone. But when you think of somebody, that's the time to reach out to them. If you're thinking about maybe broken relationships, because in every people's lives, we have relationships that get strained. We only have today. That's the only promise we have is today. And if there's something that needs to be fixed, today's the day. there's a relationship in your life that has been strained or broken or is missing, yeah, there's no guarantee tomorrow comes. Today's a day to make a phone call. Today's a day to go visit, whatever it takes. I've never met anyone that was sorry that they repaired a broken relationship. But I've met a lot of people at death saying, I wish I had done something. I want to read from you from the book of Psalms. Psalms is the song book of the Bible. We no longer have the melodies, and if we did, it wouldn't make any sense to us because they aren't the melodies that we use today. They were very much chanting almost, the music. It wasn't a melody like we think of it. They were more chants, but they were the songs of the day. That was the culture of the time. And David wrote a lot of these. David was a king. He was also a musician. And he wrote this particular song when he was struggling. His sons and his daughters, he spent more time at war than he did being a father. And their relationships between him and his family were a little bit messed up. And he wrote this song as a way of expressing how grateful he is to the presence of God wherever he went. That God was the one who walked with him through every moment of his life. We, as people, we get to make choices. We get to do and say the things we choose to do and say as long as we're willing to accept the consequences of them. But God is always with us. He's never left us. And we have to recognize that in the midst of every part of our life, that the presence of God is there. We can choose to ignore it if we wish to. We don't have to acknowledge God's presence. But we're the ones that suffer because of it. Because God is our Father. He's promised that he'll never walk away from us. We may try to run away from him. We may try to deny his existence. But our Heavenly Father will always be there. And this is how David expressed it. It's the 23rd Psalm. It's probably one of the most quoted or best known songs of the Old Testament. And it's not very long, but it goes like this. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the quiet waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. David is struggling. He's really missing those relationships in his life. And he, reflecting back, said, you know, God is the one who's always been there. David was a shepherd when he was a boy. If you remember the story, he was a shepherd. He took care of sheep. And if you've ever taken care of animals, which we've heard discussed today, you know that they take a lot of care. When they're hungry, they don't go to the refrigerator and open the door. When they're thirsty, they don't just, open a bottle of water and drink. Someone has to be there to take care of them the whole time. The Bible says that God sees us as sheep. Now, I don't know if you've ever been around sheep, but you have to trust me on this. Sheep are stupid. I think this is interesting when God says, I see you as sheep. Because when a sheep is thirsty, he may go to the creek or the river to drink, but if there's a rapids there, he'll stick his mouth and his nose are only about this far apart. He'll stick his mouth so far in the water that the water will run in his nose and he will drown while he's getting a drink. Now, this is just me, and you have to take me as I am. I have seen a lot of human beings do this. No, they haven't stuck their head in the water and drank themselves. But I've seen a lot of people drink themselves to death. No concern. We aren't very smart. There are some things that we do that we know are bad. We don't care. We need someone to be there right beside us, tapping us on the shoulder saying, you shouldn't be doing this. Maybe slapping our nose and saying, get away from that. I don't know. I had a parent, my parents, I was raised in a dairy farm. And I can remember quite often my mom, my dad swatting us a couple times saying, no, don't be here. Don't do that. Don't say that. Don't do this. And I knew when they did it, it wasn't because they were angry at me because they hated me. It was like, I don't want you to hurt yourself. It taught me a lot. The Lord is my shepherd. He walks beside me. He shows me the path I'm supposed to take. Sheep get lost if you don't have someone to follow, but a shepherd goes out and he leads them wherever they need to go, and they will follow him wherever he takes them. Except the rebellious ones, they wander off, and they're usually the ones that coyotes find, the wolves find, bears, whatever. We oftentimes wander away from the God who leads us. And as we wander away, we put ourselves in jeopardy. All we have to do is turn around and our Father is right there. The shepherd is standing right there saying, hey, this is the way over here. Remember? Follow me. It says he leads me in the paths of righteousness. Righteousness means doing what's right. Pretty simple, right? You do what's right. We all know right from wrong. We've got a conscience. And there are many times our conscience has said to us, no, this isn't right. And what most of us do, myself included, we say, I don't care if it's right or wrong, I want to. I can remember a day I was going to see my girlfriend. And I had my dad's car. Our cars, we called them Rolls Canardleys. People would say, what kind of car do you have? My dad said, we have a Rolls. We had a Rolls Canardley. I lived in the mountains. It rolled down one hill and could hardly make it up the next. I had my dad Rolls. Really, it was a 1958 Chevrolet. That's why and I was going 94 miles an hour down one hill because I wanted to make it up the next hill. But at the bottom of the hill, there was a policeman. And he pulled me over. Of course, it was 4:30 in the morning as well. And I grew up in Pennsylvania. And in Pennsylvania, if you don't pay the fine to the officer at that moment, you go to jail. There is no court. The officer extends the fine, you pay it that on the spot, or you go to jail. Well, it's 4:30 in the morning. I'm 18 years old. He pulls me over and he goes, the fine for this is pretty big. I'm going, I probably expect it is. And he said, I tell you what, if you'll just let me call your dad, I'll work this out. Now, I still had to pay the fine. I lost my license. I do a lot of other things. But the guy said, you know what? I think the best punishment I can give you is you let me call your dad. And he was right. The fine would have been easy to pay compared to that. Well, my dad was one of those guys. He just looked at me and he said, have you learned anything? I said, yes. He goes, good enough. Never yelled at me, never hollered at me. Because all he was doing his whole life was teaching me how to live right. Live right. It says, the Lord is my shepherd. He leads me in the paths of righteousness, beside the quiet waters, in the green pastures. Why? So that I don't have to worry. Know that where he leads me, if I follow, I'll be all right. I now have 17 grandchildren. And I try to teach my grandchildren all the time. My sons are well past learning from their father, I suppose. But at least my grandkids I can teach a little bit. And I'm afraid I'm probably not the best grandfather. Because when they ask me how come the moon lights up every night, I tell them there's a switch on the back of the moon and we send astronauts up in space to flip it on. When they ask me questions, I give them really stupid answers. And when they're little, they're like, oh, okay. They reach about 6 or 7, I'm going, we need someone to lead us and show us the way. by example. Live among us. This is what Christ did. He came and lived among us to show us the way. He said, even in the valley of the shadow of death, I'm with you. The darkest days of our life is when we have to face the death of somebody we love. They're the days we try to avoid our whole life. It doesn't matter whether you see God's presence or not. He's there. My dad taught me how to hunt. In Pennsylvania, the rules are a lot different than here, but whatever. I'm 12 years old and he's been teaching me all this stuff. And the first day I remember, first day of deer season, he set me out and he said, I want you to walk straight ahead for half an hour, turn right, walk for 20 minutes, turn left, walk for 15 minutes, turn right, walk for 40 minutes, and when you get there, I'll be there waiting for you. Really? How does he know how big a step I take? How does he know I'm going to make an exact right turn going through the woods? I'm not going to be off a few degrees here or there. But I did what he told me. I was scared to death the whole time. What if I get there and he's not there? What if I end up someplace that he isn't expecting me? I will be lost. I don't know where I am. But sure enough, when I showed up there, there was my dad. It wasn't until I was an adult that I was talking to my dad about this. I said, Dad, how did I end up in the right spot? And he just chuckled. And he said, I followed you. And when I found out where you were going to come out, I ran ahead of you. Even when we don't see God, he's there. Right beside us, protecting us, watching over us, loving us, caring for us. The problem is that many people throughout their whole life never open their eyes enough to see it. And so they wander. Most people carry in their pocket now directions, right? You have a phone, you speak into it, it tells you where to go. People have been telling me where to go for a very long time. Yeah, I don't really listen because I have the instructions. I have a book. I carried it in my whole life. When I need to know what to do, I look at it. It's there. It tells me exactly how I'm supposed to live, where I'm supposed to go, how I'm supposed to get there. And this brought me a great deal of courage, confidence, comfort to know that someone walked this way long before me. Left the instructions of how to get there. How do we get to the presence of God? It comes at death, right? We have to enter back into the one who created us and stand before him and account. This is Tom's reality. He's in the presence of God, who created him, formed him, shaped him, made him. And he stands in God's presence account for his life. Someday it's going to be your and my turn to do the same thing. What is it going to be like to stand in front of the creator of all things and have him say, I gave you 60 years, 50 years, 70 years, 80 years, 20 years. What did you do with it? What did you do with it? When I was 18, I made this decision. I didn't want to be a preacher. I wanted to be something else. When I'm 18 years old, God really convicted my heart. And he said, this is where I want you. And I made a promise that I would do it to the very best of my ability. I'm not the best. There's a lot of people better than me. I'm not the fastest, the smartest, the most intelligent, the talented. I'm not. But there's one thing. Once I start something, I don't go back. I promised that I would follow God to the very end of my life. And where he led, I would follow. And the words he gave me to speak, I would speak. I know when I get there, I don't have to be ashamed of what I've done throughout life. I I won't have to be ashamed and say, well, you know that 10 years over here, please don't look at that. Because what I did then, I'm a little embarrassed. I know I made mistakes. I know I've not done it perfectly, but I know that I have at least made the effort. The Bible says there's the best words that anyone can expect to hear from their God. When we stand in his presence, instead of saying, okay, you got some explaining to do, he says, well done. Well done. That only happens by doing what we're told to do, by following the rules, by obeying the book. We don't hear it by making our own way and deciding what we think is right or wrong. Tom's decisions are finished. He stands in front of God, and he and God will work this out. You and I, we still have time to make decisions, decide. How do you want to go? One day I was over at Lauder's, before it was Lauder's, when it was Dave's, and I was getting some gas, and a guy pulled up, and he said, hey, I need to get to Hiles. How do you get there? I said, you go down here to the corner, you go north on 32, just follow till you get to Hiles. He goes, I don't want to go on 32. I heard it's not a great road. How else can I get there? I said, well, really, you can't. Hiles is on 32. He goes, well, I don't want to go on 32. So how do I get there? He said, I want to go west on 55 or west on 8 towards Rhineland. How do I get to Hiles going that way? I said, you don't. He says, well, if I don't go on 32, how do I get to Hiles? I said, you don't. And he said, yeah, I got to go find somebody else because I'm not willing to drive on 32, but I got to get to Hiles. Did he ever get there? Not if he didn't drive on 32, right? Many of us have heard, we've been in church, we've heard preachers, and they've told us how to live. We're going, yeah, I want to end up in heaven. I just don't want to travel the road that the Bible says to travel to get there. I just don't want to do the things that it says to do, but I want to end up there. I just don't want to do what it takes here. That's the problem. So here we stand. Tom's life is worth all the memory and celebration you can give him. He was a creation of God. He wasn't an accident of biology. He wasn't a mistake of birth. He was a creation of God, placed here on earth for a purpose and a time. His time is finished. His purpose is finished. Now it's up to you and I. We're the ones that are left. For how long, we don't know. But we're left here for now. And our Father, the one who created us, is waiting there at the other end going, I already gave you the directions. I'll be waiting for you when you get there if you follow my instructions. We want a shortcut. We want to do whatever we please, but still end up in the presence of God. We have a choice. Today, my grandpa told me when I told him I was going to become a preacher, my grandpa was a farmer, been a farmer his whole life. We're hillbillies. I know it's hard for you to picture me as a hillbilly, but we're hillbillies, born in the Appalachian Mountains, back in the hollows and the hills. And everyone made fun of us, called us all sorts of names. And I told my grandpa I was going to be a preacher. And he said, yeah, there aren't many hillbilly preachers. I said, well, I guess I'm going to be one. And he looked at me and he said, well, there's only one thing I want to tell you. He says, don't be weak. Don't be wishy-washy. Don't be afraid of whether people are going to be angry with you or not. Just speak what the book says. I try to do that. I know some of you are probably thinking, I just wish he'd shut up. And that's okay. I get it. But for me to be me, I'm gonna do the things I promised to do. Why? Because my shepherd led me. Even in the shadow of death. My dad was dying, my mom was dying, my grandparents were dying. I stood in the presence of God. And with him, I faced their deaths. My wife and I have lost 2 children. In the presence of God, we faced their deaths. And I know that without him, I would not have come. I know that to walk hand in hand with God is the very best thing you can do for the rest of your life. Listening and obeying. If you do that, he's promised that when we stand in his presence, he's going to look us in the eye and say, and the best word that you can hear from our God. Today, Tom's life, we celebrate, we remember. We need to make sure that his memory stays with us. There's going to be little ones that are going to ask throughout the years coming up, tell me another story. I want to hear more. I want to know more. Tell him. Good, bad, even ugly, doesn't matter. It was his life. We don't remember life, or we shouldn't remember life by sugarcoating it. We should remember life just exactly the way it is. Because it's how Tom was created as Tom. How we are created to be us. But also, we need to give hope amidst the pain. There's a reason to keep going. There really is. Because there's someone waiting for us on the other end. Let us close in some prayer, and as we do, and then if you'd like to come up and pass by and give your last respects, starting from the back, do so, and then we will meet outside and go to the cemetery. So let's pray together. Father, I thank you for Tom, for his life, for all the years you allowed him to live. It was your hands that created him inside of his mother's womb. You shaped him, you formed him, you breathed into him the breath of life. You put him here on this earth for a time and a season. When it was over, you called him back home. And I'm grateful that you allowed him to be here, that you gave him to his family, his community. And I ask that you would just wrap your arms around him and love him and care for him until we can be there. We pray for those that are left behind, his family, his friends, that you would encourage them. And that you would give us the courage to, on this earth, to walk hand in hand with our Creator, the one who shaped us and formed us, who has shown us how to live. I ask for the courage to be the men and women of God in this earth. I ask you to bless his family, that they would know peace, they would know love, they would know contentment. And as they go through their grief, and they'll go through those days where it's very difficult, that you will be their comforter. You will hold them, you will rock them, you will give them close, have the courage to face whatever comes. I ask now, Father, for you to bless those of us that are left, be our strength and our encouragement in Jesus' name. Amen. So if you'd like to come up and pay your respects, and then when the families have their last time, we will gather outside and go to the cemetery.
Just wait. Yeah, just wait. Until you want to get up to the text, and then you can go up there.
I don't check my phone. Yeah.
I guess they are gone now. Yes, thank you for letting us be there, Ashley. You know, if we could have made it up there, we would have been up there. I'm doing good, Nicolette. A little breakdown before the beginning of it, but I'm doing okay. Better than I thought I would be. What kind of lag, Juanito? Yeah, it was a good service. I just wish we could have heard the music a little bit better. All right, thank you, John. Appreciate you stopping by to show your respect. Oh, it's because Mama T's phone in the background. That's what you're hearing.
Hold on, I'll fix that. I turned it up. I turned it up during the service.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom was there for sure. Tom was watching down over us. He knew that we were there. Tom definitely knew that we were there. That's why he kept knocking over the phone, dropping us on our heads. I think that was him throwing stupid shields across the room. Kept knocking over the camera every time he threw a stupid shield. All right, Gleason, you have a good one. Yeah, since he liked to do his pennies, I bet he's sitting there, every roll he's opened, everyone is a 1909 SVDB now. Oh, I'm glad we got to attend that. All righty, for those of y'all that are still around, would y'all like to hear about an upcoming giveaway for Monday? Giveaway on Monday. Giveaway on Monday. Maybe he's... All righty. For those of y'all still in here, I'm going to be doing a video over it. On Monday. All right, Nicolette, have a good one. On Monday, I'm going to get a video out here in a little bit. I got to get it charged up. But on Monday, during my auction, yeah, thank you for coming, Nicolette. I won't be doing a giveaway Monday for a laptop. This is my laptop that I got started my YouTube channel on. It was my backup laptop that Nightmare Coins used when he needed one, and until he got his new one, and he got his new one, and he sent it back to me. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to look for my backup camera and microscope and hook them up to it. Get them paired back up with it. What I'm going to be doing Monday is giving away to somebody that does not have a laptop, that does not have the stuff to be on their streams with, the news streams or whatever. I will be sending somebody a laptop with camera and microscope. But it has to be somebody that does not have one, that comes into the community and always using a phone, that does not have a laptop and all like that. And I'll be doing a video here in a little bit. I want to get this laptop charged up and ready to go. And then make a video explaining it to give away. The official giveaway video for...
Somebody's going to have to say why they need it.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me why you need the laptop and all like that.
Right. And then those people will go and do a hat.
And then them people will be going into a hat or something, into a bag, and one name will be picked, and that person will be getting a laptop hooked up with a microscope and webcam. I just got to find my backup webcam and microscope.
And then when they get a new one, they can...
And once that person gets a new one, we hope that they just take and pay it forward and give this computer to somebody else that needs it. Or if they get a new one, they can send this one back to me and I'll do another giveaway to somebody else. However they want to do it. But I will be giving it away to whoever needs it. Mama T Coins, we are going to buy her a new laptop. This is a starter laptop. Mama T has her eye on one. This one right here is I want to help somebody in the community. Hey, King Sniper. But this one, I just want to, this one is just like a starter laptop for somebody that doesn't have one, that's always using a phone. What day are you leaving, John? Well, if you want to do that, once you leave, I'll do yours then. We'll actually be giving away another one after Traveling John will be having me give away his after he leaves and gets back out on the road. He's leaving next weekend to get back out on the road. He said he's going to leave his laptop here for me to give away to somebody else also. So you'll have one that's complete with a webcam and microscope. And then another, I'll be doing another laptop. His doesn't have an extra webcam and microscope, but it is a computer. We could draw two names. One gets theirs next week. The following week, somebody else gets theirs, gets the other one. Don't know, Nightmare, wherever his bike takes him to. So I appreciate everybody that stopped by today. I'm going to get this computer cranked up. King Sniper, I am doing a giveaway for a laptop for somebody that does not have a computer or laptop that needs one in the coin community. The one that I'll be giving away will have a microscope and an extra webcam. So if somebody wants to stream, they'll have all the hookup to do the stream. It is my starter laptop. Yeah, like I said, it's a working laptop. It even has some of the community stickers on the back of it. You can peel the ones off if you don't like them and put different ones on there. I don't care. It's got one of mine. It's got Silver Seeker, Captain Jerk, ACS, and Coin Karma. But it was my starter one. It's the one that started me on YouTube. So I figured I'd help somebody else start out. But I will be making a video here in a couple minutes. Once I get, well, probably 30 minutes. Once I get this plugged in, charged up. Yep, like Mama T said. Yep, it is Nightmare. It is. But this one will be going out to somebody else. So everybody, I'm going to get out of here so I can get this laptop going. And I appreciate everybody that stopped by. Hey, B and B. People starting to come back in now. All right, I will, Juan. But anyway, people, I'm going to get out of here. And give me 1 second, Ashley. All right, y'all. This is Ashley. I'm going to talk to her, and I appreciate y'all all that came by. Look for a video here in a little bit. And this is Big T saying thank y'all so much for stopping by, and I will talk to y'all next time. And as always, love one another, treat each other like you want to treat each other, and may all your hobo dreams come true. Y'all have a good one. Bye. Hey.